Welcome back to Easy for the Name's Easy to Spell. I did it wrong anyway.
Aw.
I was waiting for David to finish his joke, so there was a little bit of a delay there. I'm sorry. Didn't do this last week, so I'm going to remember this week. I am your Dungeon Master, Andrew. Joining me, as always, our fantastic cast of aspiring heroes, beginning with
Hi, I'm Will, and today I'm playing Polly.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and today I'm playing Spren.
I'm Lucy, and I'm playing Sheila.
And I'm David, and you know who I'm playing, my boy Averin. Let's go.
the energy we missed out last week. We knew we missed something last week. Our kickoff just didn't feel quite right, and it was David just leading the way with that energy.
I'm gonna come in real quick because I'm Sai, and I'm Mike, and I play by Sai. But I have my mic who's muted, so it's great.
Correct.
All right. I don't think we have any big announcements. We do have a TikTok, we have an Instagram, we have a Twitter, all of which are kept active by Lucy, who's doing an incredible job with that, which we all appreciate. So be sure you're following us on all their socials, keep up to date with what we're doing. We have some multiple projects that are in the works. We're wanting to get some additional content stuff out. We also do our weekly recaps. If you ever missed an episode, we try to have them up before our next episode. They're 2 to 3 minutes long, get you caught up on whatever happened in the episode you missed, at least the key important bits, which have been awesome. David recorded our last one, which was great. Absolutely love it. Do we have any other projects to announce? Anything else that we're working on? Anything we want to go over? Or dive back into where we left off in the Astral Sea? Our current party, with its new members and those that were jettisoned into the Astral Sea, just finished reclaiming a book, a midnight kind of blue book with the silver eye embossed on the front that nobody's gone through, from an ancient library, a remnant of what was built once long before in the Astral Sea. Meeting with a Sphinx, the defender of this, the guardian of this library, who imposed some riddles on you and asked what you sought. Some of you got the knowledge you came for. You did recover the treasure you were coming for. Some of you paid a price in pride and were jettisoned from the library, just off into space. Some of you in years off your life. While still others managing to just avoid the eye of the Sphinx entirely. You've all just made it back to the deck of the Little Charity. Its captain, Hyatt Crawford, kind of leaning on the wheel of the ship, which you've learned is unnecessary. More of just a convenience in modern shipping, as the Little Charity is a living ship that Crawford can communicate with to direct. Wounded, tired, older in some cases, you alight on the deck. Welcome back. Did you get it?
We did, Captain. And I will pull out the bag out of my pouch, or the book out of my pouch, and hand it over.
Excellent, excellent. Any trouble? Unless you're looking a little longer of the beak, Polly.
I'm a little tired, Captain. I'll take my leave if you'll let me.
Of course. Each of you get your rest. I'll start going over this and see if I can't find our next destination. But I'll leave you lot to it. He starts flipping through the book and make an insight check, Polly.
Okay.
Low DC, you're pretty familiar with the captain.
24.
24? You've seen him do this in stressful situations where there's not really a right decision to make. That kind of puzzled irritation. He has no idea what is written in the book. As he starts flipping through, you kind of see a little bit more frantic, as he does not recognize whatever language is written on these pages.
You say, Captain?
I see that this is going to be a little bit more of a puzzle than I was originally hoping for. Hey, fucking gods and their ciphers. He shuts the book. Hey, can take some looking into. Unless he kind of flips it towards you, unless you understand.
I'll flip through it, but as I'm sure I don't know what it says, and as I flip through it, I'll say, "The metal man seems to be intelligent."
I'll have him take a look at it. That Sparrow fellow that stayed on board, he seems a cunning chap as well. See what tricks he's got in his feathers. But for now, you get anything else good?
Did we?
I think
Sheila
you specifically got a number of books. I don't know if who had stolen anything. Sheila
Yeah, I got a
nothing.
box, remember?
Yes, you got
I don't
the
know
box.
what's in the box yet.
What's in the box?
Which I think you're the only one that's aware of the box.
Yeah.
Who?
And I'm going to keep my other 2 books.
Okay. Hey, this is all the treasure we're after. Spoils more than any of us could spend if what I search at the end of this little hunt is anything close to what I've been led to believe. We're going to be rich men indeed. We'll be rich men and we'll be home, Polly. He taps you on the chest with the book.
Get
some
later,
rest.
Captain. I'll actually run by Sparrow real quick, but we don't have to do that right now. I'll let everybody else do what they want to do first.
Okay, yeah. What is everybody else getting up to? Sheila, you have now slowly made your way and alighted on top of the deck.
I just like kind of roll off the side, like onto the floor with like a big thud. It's like, oh. And I'm like, you guys didn't get ejected.
Oh, you made it back. Didn't know where you went. You just kind of poof, gone.
Oh yeah, I was ejected over there. And I point just in a direction. It's like, over
Couple
there.
rocks float by.
Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm pretty tired.
Have a good one.
Who, when returning to the ship, went straight to the crow's nest and is sitting there, head down. Like, I imagine there's like some straw or something up there that could be like bedding that she usually sleeps in, and it's like sticking out of her hair and stuff, and she's about to open the box.
Okay.
She's gonna check it to see if there's any traps.
Go ahead and make a investigation or perception check.
Okay. That would be... Oh, where is... That's the number. That is a... Hold on. 21.
There do not appear to be any traps. There also does not appear to be a lock or a hinge or any sort of seam where this box could open. The only thing you see is on top of it is one little button.
She's gonna like knock it, try and listen to it, see if she can get any other information besides the button.
It is a seamless piece of wood, perfectly smooth on 5 of the 6 sides and one round little. You can kind of press and you feel it as you kind of run your fingers over it. It does move. It is a button, but you just have a box with a button. There's nothing else to be gleaned from it.
She's gonna take the box and she's gonna put it right over the edge of the crow's nest, and then click the button and look away.
Click the button and look away. Okay, give me 1 second. Fuck.
It's thermite. The entire ship alights.
Sorry, I should have known you would immediately go for the box, and so I have to
pull it up. Yeah. Chaos.
If you can roll a D100 for me.
Ooh.
She can seduce the box.
21.
21.
Rhinoceros falls
You-
from the sky.
Uh,
Lands on
no,
Sai.
you press the button, and just falling out of the bottom and hitting the deck below is
Oh.
a thick leather belt. You kind of catch a glimpse of it as it falls out of the box. The box does not open, just appearing in the space next to the box. A belt falls, hits the ground, thick woven leather with metal like runes, kind of all around it, and a large metal like runic plate on the front. It looks like to us, we all know what this is. It looks like a WWE belt. But without any actual words, it's enchanted like runes engraved all through the metal that's affixed to the outside of this belt. You all hear, anybody that's on deck hears a thud as this heavy belt just hits the deck.
Who's gonna tuck the box back into her little top and then slide down the mast as fast as possible?
I would say Sai is like on his way, walking over to like pick it up to see what the hell it was.
Who gets there first?
Yes, she does. If you're
Second
rushing,
question.
yeah. If Sai just kind of is walking over, and if you're rushing action dash, bonus action dash, you can easily like clear the distance unless Sai makes any effort to race her to the belt.
Nope.
I'm gonna snatch it up.
Yeah, it is a large belt. It's heavy.
Did you drop that?
No. And then just disappear up the mast. No eye contact, just side to side look. No.
Okay, you are
God,
back in.
she's weird.
Back in the mast with your belt and box.
Is the belt like just enormous for her? Like if
Oh
she
yeah.
would be like
Currently, it looks like it is like 4 sizes too big for her. The metal plate on the front would cover her entire like stomach.
The WWE sash, and more
Yeah.
so than a belt.
Corset.
I say at its current size, it probably weighs a good like 25 pounds with all the metal and like.
that was a big thunk. Would anybody else have noticed a large thunk like that?
Oh yeah, anybody that was on the deck
would've-
would have
Oh.
heard and
Or right underneath the deck, right?
yeah.
Sai's gonna look around for Avrin, just to see if he's off on his own.
So, Avrin is going over his infusions. No. So, as it is right now, he has found a corner on the ship, fairly exposed, flipping through a few of the books that he has retrieved. Yeah,
Alright.
that's what he's currently doing anyway.
So I'm gonna walk up to Avrin and just look over his shoulder. Well, not really look over his shoulder. Look around his waist. And you find anything, Evie?
Well, it's still a little early, but that book, one of the books that I picked up, there's mention of an item or an artifact that could potentially get us home.
An artifact? Does it say what it looks like?
Does it say what it looks like?
There's a brief description. It describes a bag woven of golden thread, embroidered with gems, with several magical properties. The only one really detailed it is known that there are additional magical properties the bag holds, but all that is really marked in detail is its ability to facilitate interplanar travel.
Okay. So I explain all that, and as well as add, and also to my knowledge, the Great War was fought here, and that particular item was used to get back and forth. supposedly.
That's great news. We gotta find this. We have to get back home.
Well, there's another situation as well. Captain's hand. I am familiar with that work.
Like you've designed something like it, or
Pretty sure I did design it.
what do you mean? Like you designed that actual hand?
I would have to make a closer inspection, but yes, I am fairly certain.
That-
He may have been trapped here since the war. He may have information on Avarice.
How is he still alive?
Well, I once read in a book that time is like a soup.
I'm not sure what that means, but well, let's keep an eye on that. But let's keep it between us on this the artifact. At least until we can trust these guys.
Okay.
Who do you put the belt on?
I want to see if I can read the runes first.
Okay. Do you speak giant?
Nope.
You cannot read the runes.
Cool. Then I'm going to put the belt on.
Okay. Put the belt on. Spend some time. It does take attunement. Would you like to attune to the belt?
No, I'm going to push the button again.
Push the button. Are you just holding the button or holding the box? Do you
Yeah,
put it
I'm
against
just gonna
anything?
hold it,
Just
not against
the button.
anything. Just push the button again. See if anything
Nothing
else will fall
happens.
out. And
Nothing
again.
happens.
And again and again, and I'm gonna keep doing it. And then finally, I'm gonna smack the box on the side of the ship, or on the side of
Okay,
the nest.
Smack the box on the side of the nest. Do you just hitting the box against it? But do you press the button?
Probably at some point, yes.
Okay. So you put the box against the side of the crow's nest and press the button, and the crow's nest vanishes.
And I
You
fall.
you fall a few feet, but you are in the astral sea, and the boat just begins to take off away from you. You have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Okay, that is. Oh, that's a 10.
That is a 10.
Yeah.
That's what you needed. You are used to being on a ship. So you like begin to fall, you right yourself and manage to move to the side very quickly and catch one of the ropes of one of the second sails behind you. And it kind of pulls you to the side as you kind of regain gravity, being in contact with a large enough mass object. You are pulled. The ship begins to slow. Captain Crawford kind of comes in and goes, "What the hell just happened to my mast? Who?
Whose box?
What just happened?"
Whose box consumed your mast?
Whose boxes? Hold on, sorry. I have to recover. Who is going to like? Because there are 2 masts on it, right?
There are 3, and
There are
they
3,
don't
okay.
have sails. Sails are fully unnecessary, but they do still have like rigging and things that are up on them. The crow's nest, you caught just one of the ropes. It looks very piratey, but you all are fully aware the masts serve no purpose other than maybe an extended field of view for anybody in the crow's nest. And it matches the aesthetic, which Crawford seems to find very important.
Who is gonna look from like side to side while holding on this rope and then point in a random direction at one of the other people on the deck?
One of these people, or one of the other random members of the crew?
One of not an NPC.
Not an NPC. Okay. Who does who point at?
Let me see. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna roll a d4 and decide.
I'm still resting because
Oh yeah, Sheila,
Oh, yeah.
Sheila's
Okay.
asleep below deck. So.
Sheila got
Well,
lowered.
still would have been Psy.
Of course.
Crawford heavy steps up. Large Earth Genasi. I do suppose you actually managed to steal my mast, did you?
I don't know where I am. How the hell would I be able to pull that off?
Right. I'm going to need who to make a deception check. I'm going to need Sai to make a persuasion check. Crawford's going to make an insight check, impacted by the result.
You don't need
the
to.
DC of which is impacted by
You
your
don't need
rolls.
to. Sai got a natural 1, so.
But what did who roll?
On deception, a a natural 20 plus 8.
Wow.
So the DC for
Wow.
Crawford's insight check is 27. It's the deception minus the persuasion was the DC. He has a +8 as well. And he rolled an 18.
Still not.
And you expect me to take the word of a stowaway over one of my trusted crewmates? I am going to say, Polly, you know that this is nonsense. I'm going to give you direct relationship with who to the point that
I was gonna say that while he's yelling at Sai, who is going to like try and get over to where the mast would have been and push the button again to put the mast back.
Okay,
Just
I'm gonna have you make an
Sai as a
intelligence
distraction.
check.
Okay.
While she's doing this, I will pop up next to the captain and say, Captain, who does kind of have a propensity for bullshit like this.
Grand Theft
So-
Mast.
14 on my intelligence
14.
check.
Okay. You press the button and the mast does reappear. It appears slightly lower than it should have been, and you watch it as it kind of slides down about 8 feet, and you hear a loud thud as it hits the bottom of the lower deck. The mast is now about 10 feet shorter than it was, and begins to kind of like sway as it's not properly like affixed to anything. Sheila, you downstairs in one of the hammocks in the lower kind of bunk area, just see a massive pillar appear about halfway, like a couple feet down from the ceiling, and then slide down and strike maybe 4 or 5 feet away from you, which then starts stirring around at the bottom, shifting bunks and stuff around.
We just made a huge butter churn.
I'll just look.
try and
Go
yeah.
ahead. No, go ahead.
I just try not to be butter and try to like. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like grabbing my sword and trying to figure out a way to jump over it. It's like American Ninja things.
It's not moving very quickly. There's not really any air resistance or anything to be worried about in the Astral Sea. So it's just kind of slowly, as the ship moves and it's just top heavy, slowly turning around. And it's staying within like a good, 4 or 5 foot radius in the center as it's just kind of wobbling.
Oh, okay. Well, then if it's not a danger, then Sheila would probably like try to touch it and stop it moving.
But just give me a strength check.
Oh,
Bear
yeah,
hug
okay.
it.
Or athletics. Give me
Oh.
an athletics check. That should be higher than your strength.
It is 17.
17. I'm gonna say that's enough. That's everybody up sees the mast stop wobbling. It kind of holds still and then slowly straightens itself out. You hear some like scraping and grunting from below deck. As Sheila, you just heave this entire thing kind of back into position.
It's like, Captain, it wasn't me.
And
I
I'm
was
just
well aware of that, Sheila. It was this one. He jams a finger into Sai's chest again. Looks at Polly. Maybe
I was
this one.
I was gonna say as the mast appears, because I'm assuming I'm facing the mast and the captain is facing me.
Yes.
I was gonna say, and you suppose I did that? And when he turns around, I was gonna use like above me. Is there like a beam about 20 feet up?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna use rabbit hop at that point to jump 20 feet up onto the beam above him.
I don't know how you. It's gonna be another fucking one of who. Looks around. Polly, see that this is taken care of. I don't want my ship being taken apart. And he leans down.
Olsen,
Sorry.
nail down that mast.
He kneels down and puts a hand on the hull of the ship and goes, "Right, girl, take us to Bastion. We'll find what we need there." He turns, just shaking his head and still holding that book, walks back into the captain's quarters.
I'm just downstairs hugging the thing, waiting for someone to come check on
The
me.
bosun, one of the other crew members. All right, Polly, on it. Shit, no sooner. Right on it. And he goes and starts pulling like rigging and trying to figure out a way to haul it back into position. He comes and talks to Sheila and is just trying to figure out a way to joist it back up where he can reaffix it properly. It'll take some time, but you have somebody on it.
I'm just
And
like,
did you
bring
say
the
the
metal
captain
man.
had the book? Did you
Captain
say
does
captain
have the
had
book. Yeah.
Then I will still go and visit Sparrow.
Okay. You find him. He's down. He's kind of like not barricaded himself, but he's found a spot where some of the bunks, different bunks, create a corner. He's put up some blankets and almost create a little office for himself. He's sitting on a small, on a crate, using a barrel as kind of like a writing desk, and he's going over just what was in his pockets, like taking an inventory of what he has.
Mr. Sparrow?
Right, Polly, is it? That's what can I
Yes.
do for you?
Mr. Sparrow, the captain would like you to earn your keep. There's some interpretation that needs to be taken care of.
I was under the impression I had paid my way, but I'm, of course, happy to lend a hand however I can. Happy to lend a hand however I can.
If it helps us all get home, I would appreciate it if you took care of it.
I'll go speak to the captain then. Is he just? He's probably just upstairs. Yeah.
In his quarters.
He gathers some things and puts in his pocket. Thank you, Polly. Yeah. I'll see
I'll
the
just-
captain.
Step aside and let him go.
Yeah, he walks. Avrin and Sai, you see it after a few moments later. You see a bandaged Sparrow kind of walk around and knock at the captain's quarters. A few moments go by, and he enters in. The door shuts behind him.
Are there any windows to the captain's quarters?
Not visible from your perspective on the deck. There is one large window kind of on the back of the
Gotcha.
ship.
Never mind.
That if you
wouldn't
wanted to,
have
you might
known.
be able to climb your way around. But
Yeah, I wouldn't have known about it, so never mind.
well, you've flown away and like back to the ship, so it's
Oh.
something you would be.
Okay, well then, yeah, I will try to go to the back side of the ship and just sneakily peek in and see if I can watch the conversation, not necessarily hear it.
Cool. Give me a stealth and an acrobatics check.
Okay, acrobatics was 21. Stealth is a natural 20 for 23.
Okay. Easily enough. Anybody with a passive perception higher than 23 is able to see you kind of working your way like along the ship hand over hand. You make it to that back window and are able to peek in. The captain's root quarters is fairly nice. There's a large bed. It's well lit with traditional candles and torches, not the arcane lights that you're used to. They are both sitting at opposite sides of a writing desk. The captain, Crawford, is standing and he's pointing at different things on a book. Sparrow's leaning over and nodding and kind of points at a couple passages if you'd
So I
like
have-
to try to hear.
I have observant, so as long as I can see a creature's mouth while it's speaking a language I can understand, I can interpret what they're saying by reading its lips.
Okay, that's Sparrow is. You can't see Crawford's face, but you do see Sparrow, um, and he's pointing at, being like, it's odd. It's a combination of deep speech and celestial. It's written as a cipher. I understand parts, but not all. I don't speak deep speech, and so I can't track everything. This passage here mentions the vaults. The following passage I can't understand. Um, and yeah, it's just kind of going over the little bits and pieces.
Okay.
Crawford says something that you can't see, but then Sparrow responds, "And do you think someone at Bastion will be able to help? If you think so, I think they can. I wouldn't as far as I could throw them. Be careful, Crawford." "I'll see what I can do." And then Sparrow turns and walks out of the captain's quarter.
Okay, that's it for me.
Okay. So you sneak your way back around. Anybody else want to do anything before going to bed?
Well, Avrin is going to read over some of the books, particularly the one about the item, or the book that has information about the item that could potentially get us home. And then kind of skim over. Let me look here. I wrote them down. So there were 2 scrolls of divine power and 1 historical text.
Yes, that's the historical text. We can go over in a little bit. The scrolls, go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Not great. Arcana. Okay, better. What is that? 15?
15, you are able to identify one of the scrolls. It is a powerful spell. The other one remains elusive. But the first is a scroll of Conjure Celestial,
Okay.
which I'm just going to point out is fucking wild. Like having a scroll of Conjure Celestial.
I do not see that coming up, so I will figure that out later.
I think for magic items, it just comes up as spell scroll. This is a 7th level spell scroll.
Ah, got it. That's high. That's real high. Okay, I will add that.
You're not sure the other one. The history book, looking through, the final entries on it are still like pre-war, pre the Celestial Immortal War.
Okay. Does it appear like it's from our plane?
Give me a. Ooh, what check is this going to be? One sec. Give me an intelligence check.
Straight intelligence.
Yep.
15.
15. This does appear to originate from not your plane.
From not my plane. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Being honest.
Or no, sorry. This yes, it would be your plane.
Okay. I was gonna say, if
This
it's
would
not
be
from our
your plane.
plane, yeah, he kind of loses interest and just lets it
Yeah,
go
this
afloat. But
is Prime Terra. Flipping through it, it mentions a couple big historical events: the return of the Princess of Nalbrand, the return of one of the lost gods, um,
Okay.
the Battle of Lion's Fall, a couple things. That,
okay. Um, and then thinking back on it, the tower that we went into for the library.
Mhm.
Did I recognize the crest with the lidless eye on it?
We won't make you roll for this. This is something you've been seen in some of the history books and celestial books. It is the
Okay.
crest of List,
Okay.
the goddess of secrets and hidden things and forbidden knowledges.
Fair enough. Okay. And then
You got really
really,
battly there. I'm not about to attack you guys, so I'm just changing that so a little bit more chill.
then with that, after getting all that information, I imagine that takes a little bit. Eventually, he will, just before powering down, he's going to do two things. One will be faster than the other, I imagine, but he is going to go up to the captain, and basically, I guess, attempt to talk to him. So, Captain,
Right, Avi was it?
Averin for short, yes.
Avron for short.
AV4R1 and V7.0B.
Oh, we'll stick with Avron. What can I do for you? It's getting late.
Oh, your hand, the one that's missing. Would you mind if I took a look at that? I promise nothing funny. I have no tools.
Sure. Hey,
I mean, I
holds it
imagine
out to you.
inspection check, but I'd like to look over it and
Yeah, it's investigation.
investigation. And that's what I meant. Which that is a 10 plus 7, so 17.
17. Pretty complex engineering through it for it to be articulated, working with the muscles. If we need an actual description of how prosthetics work, I'm going to defer over to
Yep,
Will,
no.
who's designed them before.
No
But
worries there. My biggest thing is more
the
do I
initials
get more
inscribed on the base where it affixes to the arm. The forger's mark, as it were. 2 letters. David, what are those 2 letters?
do I know those 2 letters?
Averin doesn't.
Do I?
I just need 2 letters from you.
Just F you.
That's why we asked David.
What are the initials found?
Oh no. Okay, well this is just coming out of nowhere. Being put on the spot here.
Yeah. I
we'll
can make something up
say
for you if you'd like.
It's G U. I don't know.
GU. The
Not
initials
GPU?
GU
Yeah.
carved into it, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's not good. Here we go again. That's a 7.
Cool. 7. What else are you doing?
Wait, sorry.
Yes.
I know I don't want to interrupt, but I'm just saying that the whole time that he's been doing this, Sheila's been kind of like steadily getting closer to Abby, just trying to like look at him to see what he's up to.
Okay.
Trying to be inconspicuous.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay, my half orc. Okay. Do I have? Oh, 15.
15. Avrin, what's your passive perception?
14.
14.
Just been like
Everyone's got no idea.
Where's my passive
Crawford does give you like an odd look, but just shakes his head and goes back to watching Avern, who's going over the mechanical bits and pieces of
Okay.
his hand.
Hey, are you from Avarice?
From where?
Sorry, and you'll have to remind me, what is the actual world called that we're from?
Selamir.
Okay, Selamir. Are you from Selamir?
Hey, that's where we're all from. I think who is probably from some extraterrestrial place of horror and darkness, but otherwise, yeah.
And when did you get here? Pre or post war? Celestial War.
We came here during us. Well, not all of us. Some of us later on. I'm originally from Gormund. I signed on with the war. This was, if you look around, still rubble and ruins. We had cities here once. It fades. Being around people helps keep your memories intact. I was alone for a while. But this borders both our plane and that of the gods. So during the war, this is where most battles were fought.
I see. You may want to take a consideration into returning. Things have changed.
We've tried. He taps the book that's kind of tucked into one of the sashes. His belly taps it and he goes, the greatest goal that any of us who wish to leave still have is to find a way back. We've been adrift. When we make it to Bastion, you'll see most folks who've given up decided to make a home here.
There are more.
Lots more. We're all refugees marooned in the aftermath of the God's wrath.
Well, prepare yourself. It's not as it once was. Things have changed.
He looks around and gonna be much worse, though.
Depends where you end up.
I suppose that could be said of most places.
Okay. And then turns around and walks away. He got the information that he wanted, so.
Odd one, that. Anyone else doing anything?
Who would like to attune to the belt while we go to sleep?
Who? Your strength becomes 21
God damn.
as you attune to the belt of Hill
Giant
Giant Strength.
Yep.
Oh, don't roll. How do I make it on... How do I?
How do I?
How do I breathe?
If you go into inventory, manage inventory, and then look up the
Yeah, if you
yes,
equip the belt of Hill Giant Strength and
Yeah.
attune it, it'll automatically.
belt of, you should be able to find it. And then if
Thanks.
nobody else has anything, I will head for bed, and just before doing so, we'll have a quick conversation with Sai.
Okay.
I'm still
The
hovering.
belt, as you put it on and finish attuning to it, it actually shrinks. The plate remains pretty close to the same size, so it still covers up most of your midsection, but the belt itself kind of shrinks and matches your rather lithe form. You feel stronger. Your muscles don't grow. You still physically look the same, but you feel a lot more strength than was previously there. You reach out and grasp kind of the banister on the side of the ship. And when you remove your hand, there's small indentations of your fingers where you crushed the wood slightly. All right. And then Sign Averin.
I'm in the background.
Sai. That's fine. I don't know you're there.
Sai does see you. Were you going based off the same score?
Sai,
Yeah, Abby.
I have enough leftover material to make an item. If you'd like it.
What is it?
Let me see your shoes.
Take off my sandals.
Oh,
This'll
this would be the second time in 2 campaigns Mike's character's lost shoes.
He'll take out some of his tools and some remaining equipment. Been working on these for a very short period of time, and I think they may work best with you. And if not, I can create something else with the leftover parts. But I think this might be interesting at the least. And this will take me maybe an hour or so, but let me show you. And he's going to start attaching these little mechanical pieces to your boots or to your flip-flops. And this is making for quite a challenge to attempt to okay. And he is going to make your he is going to turn your flip-flops into Crocs.
I'm on a boat.
Are these
That's
going to
what
be
he
Crocs of the Winding Path, David?
They are.
Okay, that's just me making sure I know.
While he's
So-
doing that, I'm gonna just like look over at Sheila. Can I help you?
What?
You need something? You're just kind of staring.
Nope. I'm good. And I like pull
Yep,
up
that
my
tracks.
shoes. And I'm like, do you need my shoes, Avin?
No.
Oh, all right. I go back to my bed, and I'm just kind of like laying there, but I see them.
I think that one might haunt me more than who.
I can explain to you how I work if you'd like that information.
Okay.
So as he's working on Sai's shoes, he goes into very explicit detail on his joints and not his joints, on the infusion process of the boots.
Okay.
How long am I able to track, or am I just staring like this?
Go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw.
Saving throw.
A saving throw.
Yeah,
What is that? -2?
it's a -1. That's a 10.
10, so 9.
No, I
You
like,
pick
I had 11.
you pick up on bits and pieces, like the word shoes, and like, there are things. In a case, he'll say something that you catch on, like you're like, oh, I understood that, and you're able to keep going. The like magical and engineering process doesn't make any sense for the most part, but you're able to like remain focused and interested. That's with an 11. That's you hold it together. You're able to continue listening. You won't really have learned anything from this exchange, but
I'll
it
probably
is
fall asleep.
interesting,
Like
and
after
he's
a while.
odd. Yeah, you doze off before he finishes.
My little hammock. Sheila's happy.
And then
Oh.
after finishing them up, he's going to hand them over to Sai and say, you are going to have to attune to those, and if you decide you don't like them, I can create something else.
Thanks, Abby. I'll try them out.
And then Avrin's going to go stand in the corner, for a short period of time, his eyes the lights around his eyes are going to remain lit. And then after a very bright flash, and then he is going to shut down. Well, go into standby mode.
Standby mode. Anybody else staying up and doing anything else, or do you all go to sleep?
I was gonna say that I'm gonna like not take a bunk if Abby is in the corner. I'm just gonna like sit by him and kind of lean up against the wall and sleep. But at some point in the night, I want to find. I'm assuming I know where Sparrow's sleeping, and
Yes.
not gonna necessarily do anything, but definitely gonna walk up while everybody else is asleep and stand over him and really contemplate what's gonna happen next, and then walk back and go to sleep.
Sigh.
I will say, when you walk back to go to sleep, a couple minutes, I'll say, that you were just seriously contemplating what the next step was with Sparrow. You walk back, and Averin's still there. Averin has moved probably a good foot or two from where he was standing.
Gonna look around him and see if I can see any reason that he would have moved, or
Go ahead and make a perception check. Like, Polly, if you would remove 75 gold from your inventory.
Right.
26 on perception.
26 perception. There is
Get in trouble.
some moved stuff. You see people that were sleeping, their blankets have been like pulled to the side. There's a couple of bags that are opened that were unopened before. Who removed 61 gold?
No.
But I'm not down there.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
No.
Then we'll
Who
do
sleeps in the
61 from
nest?
Sheila.
She was like,
And,
nice.
and David, go ahead and add. 136 gold to your inventory. I would normally have either opposed rolls or passive perceptions, but I rolled for David, and he got a natural 20 and proceeded to rob a bunch of people.
Okay.
All right, I'm not gonna. I mean, I guess I could tie in the potential that he was the one that did this, but that's not like him to steal from people, at least from what I've seen.
Make an insight check.
Jeez, 26.
6. Averin has had moments of acting odd. You noticed when he pickpocketed somebody earlier, the odd moments where he's somewhat seems to be talking to himself. These are all, they all kind of stand out to you for a moment. This just seems just another check in those odd moments before you go back to sleep. You all settle in and rest, recovering from the day's events. And Averin, for the first time, I think, probably ever, you're in standby mode and you dream. You dream of creating, of forging and infusing, similar to what you just did for Sai with his shoes, creating objects and tools and working on weapons. And you look down at yourself in your dream and you see human hands. And you look up and the thing you're working on is the you that you know yourself to be now. The project that you're chipping away, working on a large blue crystal that's hooked up to multiple conductors, and there's wires and tubes, and you're carving in GU onto the metal band that runs around the center. In your dream, you hear something behind you, but as you begin to turn, your vision is overtaken by a blinding white and red light. And the dream ends. You settle into your state of semi-consciousness that standby mode is. You can still make out the space around you. You seem to have shifted a little bit. Seem to be standing in the same spot. And the rest of the night goes by without incident. Who in the crow's nest, I need you to make a perception check for me.
Oh, that's probably not as good as I would like. 13.
13. That's all it takes. You have all gotten a long rest now. This is in kind of what you have established as morning in terms of crew rotations and shift changes on the ship. Who you kind of rouse yourself from the nest you have made in the crow's nest. And see off in the distance, there's suspended in the space of the astral sea a woman she seems to have leather armor, elven features, no weapons, and she's eyes closed, kind of arms slack at her side, just drifting through space.
Who is going to quickly drop down the mast and find Polly's bunk and sneak up like behind and underneath him and say, "Danger floats afront."
Less cryptic, please. Who?
A woman is floating in space.
Not sure that's much less cryptic, but hey.
I mean,
Polly will get up and he finds himself in a cardigan, which he never wore before, and big open-heeled slippers. And without changing, he will waddle out to the top of the deck.
And with it pointed out to you, see this woman. The ship is moving at a good pace. This woman is drifting at a similar rate, remaining about 50 feet off of the bow, just seeming to have been caught in some sort of current. You see objects and things moving all the time at different speeds, so it doesn't immediately stand out, but she's moving somewhat in pace with the ship. It's slowly overtaking her, but eyes closed.
I will turn back to who. Reel her in. The captain will want to know. And I'll take off towards the captain's quarters.
Okay.
And who is going to walk out there and try and wrap a rope around her leg?
Okay, so you do go out and approach the woman.
Mm-hmm.
You reach out and you go out with the rope and you begin tying. You realize she feels cold. You look up as you finish tying the rope kind of around her ankle, and her eyes snap open. Pupilless, irisless, white eyes, unclouded, and she's looking at you. And then you see the translucent line running from behind her, like from her back, a little ways away. Runs off about 15, and then a shimmer as large teeth become apparent as an astral angler, as I like to call it. This little monster becomes visible. I'm going to need everyone, even those that aren't awake, to roll initiative. And Polly will say, as you kind of turn to look at who is your have knocked on the captain's court deck, you see this huge creature kind of shimmer into existence.
I got a 22.
I got a 24.
Same.
Damn.
14.
I got a 17.
14 and 17. So
It's
it
like
goes
my-
to who?
Sorry, go ahead.
It goes to who first? This creature. It is going to make an attack against you. It does have you surprised. Is a 29 to hit.
That hits for sure.
Take 20 points of bludgeoning damage or piercing damage as it like snaps to and bites at you,
Oof.
and an additional 2 points of psychic damage. If you can make a strength saving throw for me as well.
Hey, that's something you're good at now.
Yeah. 15. Oh wait,
15.
saving throw. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15.
15. Polly, you see as this creature snaps out and bites who as she's touching this unconscious woman dangling at the end of its antenna. It catches you in your teeth. You are grappled. And it is your turn.
Can you Misty step out of a grapple?
You can.
Cool. I'm gonna Misty step. And poof 30 feet towards the ship. And then that's as my bonus action, and then as my action. Snap. I am going to pull out my short bow and fire at the angler.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
Oh, not great. 12.
12 misses, unfortunately. Anything else for who? Nope. Okay, which I imagine would who call out, like raise alarm?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So, Sheila, you awake to whose shouts.
It's a trap!
And I just like run upstairs as far as I can get.
But let's say you're able to make it onto the deck and you see this huge... let me actually pull up, because we have a map here.
It's the map.
Yay.
Do we have an overlay for the map?
No. So it's just going to be
Okay.
out.
Yeah. So you run up onto deck. You see this large, kind of scaled, stony, fish-like creature, the tentacle extending from the top of its head with a woman at the end. Tremendous teeth. You see where like fins would be on a normal fish, some tentacles which spread out and back, very cephalopod-like, that are kind of whipping forward, and there's nothing to grasp at now. But it is your turn.
I'm gonna say I would take a running leap as I ran onto the deck, right?
Okay.
And that gives me an extra, like, 4 feet, I think. I can't remember where to go. Nope. Maybe. I'm sorry, I should look this up while you're
Yeah,
talking.
it's all good. Is this just the jumping ability? Because jumping usually doesn't let you go beyond your normal movement.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay.
No,
Well,
it's...
then- Oh. And running
Well,
long
the
jump.
reason I think the reason why she wants to do a running leap because she's not very smart, so she doesn't move very fast when flying. So she was
Mhm.
going to do running leap to get over
Oh, yeah,
the
no,
edge
you-
of the ship to get further out.
You still
'Cause
can,
brain
but with
power.
it, that's where the ship lets people out. You'll all come up. We'll see you have 15 feet of movement after coming up. We'll get rid of these guys.
Oh, 15.
So you could probably make it to about there is the farthest you can make it with your normal movement.
Okay.
You can use your action to dash, which will let you kind of get closer, unless you
Um,
have a ranged attack that you'd like to make.
I didn't manage to think that one through, so I don't have that one. Okay, I'll just and who's still floating out there?
Yeah, who teleported closer to the ship?
Okay. I will hold my sword.
Or I will say you did make it to a ballista. It will take you your
Oh.
your action to like get it aimed.
I would like to do that.
Yeah, so we'll say you turn the ballista so it's pointed at it. The next person that makes it up there can use their action to fire it, or on your turn if it comes around.
Okay, I'm gonna ready the ballista on
Okay.
the ship.
Ballista is aimed and readied, which takes us to Polly. You're on the deck of the ship.
And the last thing Polly knew is an astral angler appeared next to the ship and who was in its mouth. So Polly dashes to the alarm bell and rings it as loud as he can and shouts, "All hands to arms! All hands to arms!" And continues to dash with his bonus action towards the front of the ship and the other ballista.
Okay, let's see. That puts you. What is Polly's movement speed?
30.
30. Yeah, that's about where you can make it. So yeah, we'll easily able to do that. You sound the alarm. We'll get a couple other people added. The end of initiative. Sai, you will as well awaken to the ringing of the bell, the alarm being called.
I guess I'll go running up to the deck.
Okay. And
However
again,
many
that's
feet that is.
15 feet of your movement to kind of get you to the door, and you have whatever the remainder of your movement
So
is.
30
from this
feet
point.
left. Guess I'll look out and see the big ass fish in the sky.
See Sheila aiming the ballista, Polly sprinting towards the other, who kind of floating just off the prow of the ship.
Knowing I have nothing that can help me from range, I'll run up to the ballista with Sheila and look at it and take shot with it.
Okay, you pull the lever. Sheila, if you can make a, we're gonna call siege engines strength checks. If you can give me a strength check. And you're a pirate, so add your proficiency modifier.
Oh, so that would be +4, +3.
Yes, so whatever you rolled +7.
How do I math?
25.
Sorry, what was that?
25.
25. All right, Sai, you're the one that pulled the lever, so I'll let you throw damage out on this. This is 5d10.
Jesus. Okay.
Do I at least get an assist?
Sheila, did you load a anchored harpoon, or did you just load a standard harpoon? One with the rope tied to the end, or not?
I was thinking about throwing a rope out to Ku, so I'm gonna say I had an anchored one.
Okay, so this will be one that with a rope on it.
Oh shit.
And just
Go for it. I gotta count this up.
just for clarification, Lucy got the hit, right? And well, Sheila got the hit, and Sai's doing the damage.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
because it is the team effort.
Yeah,
Rolling
I
dice is fun. Everybody gets to roll dice.
Just to
Yeah.
clarify, zeros or tens, right?
Correct.
Okay. So 19, 27, 34, 41 points of damage.
You
Catch
rolled
that
almost
fish
that good.
and put it on size.
0,
Tender
7,
football.
7, 8, and 9.
Nice.
This just a tremendous hit. The gap where who like was being pierced but had teleported out of, the spear goes straight into it, piercing deep like into the thing's tongue and the bottom of its mouth. Blood kind of sprays out this kind of greenish purple ichor. Big fucking hit, still kicking. Anything else for Sai?
I'll just Nope, I don't have anything else. So
Okay. Averin.
Okay. So Avron's going to use his 15 feet to get up to the top, and then his other, what is it, 20? Yeah, his other 20 to get, we'll say, backside of the ballista, and sorry,
For the ballistas, they do a lot of damage, but it is they are starting loaded, but it is an action to load, an action to aim, and then an action to shoot.
Okay. Fair enough. With that, well, this one's anchored, so is it anchored to the ballista or is it anchored somewhere to the ship?
There is an eye hook in front of the ballista that the rope is currently not attached to anything, but there is that steel hook that you can tie it off to if you wanted to make sure it can't flee. This is solidly hooked by the mouth.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna chill for the time being, and I'm actually, oh, that's a bonus action. Shit. Okay. Oh no. My sheet just disappeared. It's coming back up, I think. Maybe. There it is. Okay. He is then going to reach out his arm. His hand is going to fold back at the wrist, and he's going to shoot basically a lightning bolt at him.
Okay.
And I get to do this twice.
Is your lightning launcher?
Yes. So 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay, and then I'll just roll for the second. A natural 16, so more than that.
That'll hit.
Okay, and then so it's gonna be 2d6 plus 8. Great, a 1 and a 2. So 11 for both of those.
11 points of damage. 2 bolts of electricity striking into its side. A noiseless psychic cry kind of rings out. All of your ears start ringing. It does use it. Is that all you're doing for your turn?
I was going to do a bonus action to cast
go for it, yeah.
Sanctuary on Sai.
Okay, Sanctuary on Sai. It is going to use its legendary action at the end of your turn to turn invisible. Shimmers out of existence. Which I can actually do here.
what does Sanctuary do?
Basically, if they try to attack you, they have to cast, or they have to do a DC 15 Wisdom save.
Oh, okay.
But if you attack them, doesn't it break?
Yes. That ends Sanctuary. Anything else you're doing for your turn, David?
That, I believe, is it.
Okay. It fades from view. You see kind of the rope, which is still visible until it gets to about 10 feet of the creature, kind of fades off into nothing, but you see the rope kind of begins to droop and grow slack. So whatever's at the end of it has come closer. Right in front of the three of you at the ballista, the elven woman reappears and looks and points at each of you. It is going to use its psychic draw ability. Everyone within 30 feet, which is going to be of the lure. Everyone but Who and the other pirates on deck, who are all kind of starting to emerge. So yeah, everybody but Who, make a wisdom saving throw.
Just what I'm an expert at. I have yet to succeed one. A natural
Is-
1.
The elven woman kind of comes up and just whispers, help me, and kind of does the come hither gesture.
I
So
got
one
a
from Averin.
natural 20 plus 4, so 24.
Okay.
15 minus 1 is 14.
16 from Sheila, and from Polly?
14.
14. So 16 was the DC. Polly and Sheila or Polly and Averin are the only two that failed. You each take. Let's see, this is, not that die. 15 points of psychic damage.
Fuck.
And have to use your reaction to move up to half your movement speed towards the lure.
Okay.
Everyone
so-
who succeeded the saving throw does not have to use their movement speed and only takes 7 points of psychic damage.
Wait, 7 minus 7?
Yep, 7 points of psychic damage to you and Sai.
I have a walking speed of 35, so 15 or 20.
15.
Okay.
Round down.
And you said that was a reaction, so it happens now, right?
Yeah, so happens now. You move just up to the lure.
And where's that at? Is that the...
Grid.
Okay, gotcha.
It's it's a little star. All right, which ends its turn. Who
is going to see everybody head towards this glowy thing and say, "Leave the glowy thing behind," and then try and run up to this other ballista. And I have a question.
Sorry, that just reminded me. We have other pirates that have been called to arms by Polly. So they're going to move up. One of them runs here and is actually going to throw another unanchored spear onto the ballista. Use his action to load. Yeah. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Action. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 is going to use his action to dash. He can make it up there. Captain comes out of the deck. Just so I don't spend a whole lot of time here, he's just going to come out here. He draws a flintlock from his hip and is just going to make a quick firing shot, that does hit. He deals 13 points of damage. The fuck is going on? He shoots at this thing. That was at disadvantage because it's invisible. He still hits it. Okay, sorry. Now who?
Okay, so who is going to run up to that ballista? And then my question is since I have fast hands and it says that I can, as my bonus action, take the use an object action, can I use that to both aim and fire?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay. So you said it was already loaded to begin with. So I'm going to aim and fire this ballista.
Okay, so firing it, this is with the siege equipment strength.
Mm-hmm.
Which
And
I
now
guess
have a
is
giant
not a
belt.
problem for who.
And proficiency, right?
And proficiency. So strength plus proficiency.
My strength proficiency or just strength plus?
So strength modifier plus your proficiency modifier.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, that is 20. Hold on. 9. What is
It is enough to hit. Yeah. So
14 plus 9.
How do you math?
5d10 points of damage.
Sweet.
I'm not saying who is overpowered, but
D10s take
That's
me a
good.
second.
Who is overpowered?
who?
8 and 2,
Okay.
3 and 8,
Do one.
3.
24.
24 points of damage. Another bolt slams into the side of this invisible creature. You watch the bolt stick in. More purple greenish ichor kind of sprays out before the harpoon kind of fades from sight as the invisibility kind of captures it. Anything else who was doing?
No, that was bonus and action.
Perfect. And you say who is overpowered, but who has very few hit points left?
Okay, that's true.
Sheila, it is your turn.
Okay. I'll. Okay, let me check. You're back on the boat, who? Right? Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I'm
just
back on the
fired a ballista. Do I want to pull the fish closer to hit it with my sword?
It's invisible, but you do have an idea of where it is. It is just barely. I'll just leave it visible. It is barely off the side of the ship. It moved up, so
Okay,
if
I'm
you
gonna
wanted to get to it,
grab the anchor rope,
grab the rope and try to pull it closer.
pull it closer.
Okay, give me an athletics check. This is going to be opposed by the angler.
17.
Oh, we got a 9. So, yeah, we will say you pull it just like the 7 feet. It doesn't quite line up. Pull it closer to the edge of the ship.
And then I'm gonna go jump on its back, where I think it is.
Okay.
And I think
Yeah,
that's
go
all I
ahead.
have.
Go ahead and make this is going to be an acrobatics check at
Okay.
disadvantage to jump on the invisible space fish.
Okay. So I got a 16 and a natural 1.
Oh.
Okay, so
So that'll be a
natural 1.
5.
Luckily, you can only fail so hard in the astral sea. You jump off, you miss, and you're just kind of floating next to it. But just with how fast the ship is going, you immediately go 5, 10, 15 feet back as the ship just begins moving.
And I guess that's
You
my
have-
turn.
We do use your 5 feet of movement to move you back. We'll push you back
Yeah.
up.
I'll go back.
Um,
I'm just like
a little bit.
flailing towards the fish. Great. Decisions are
Okay,
made.
which takes us to Polly.
So am I stuck next to the lure, or
Nope. That's you can move away if you like. That's
okay?
you were just lured in close.
Regaining my senses, I will pull a dagger off of my belt, considering all I've got is a cardigan and 2 daggers. And I will take a swipe at specifically the elvish woman,
Okay.
the angler part of the angler. For an 18 plus 8 to hit.
That absolutely hits.
And I assume I can use my sneak attack.
Yes, you can.
D6s. That. Ooh, wow. 2 and 11 is 13. Plus 2 more. 21 points with a sneak attack of damage.
Your
And then-
dagger sinks into the woman's side. No blood comes out. You feel it wound. You feel the creature recoil somewhat. And pulling back, you realize this is an actual like elven woman's body. It's like not a fabrication of the creature. This is like a puppeted corpse.
Ugh. I probably will make that actual sound. And seeing Sheila lob herself off the ship and quickly fall behind, he's going to use his bonus action and movement to dash across the ship to an empty ballista.
Okay.
And I will see if I can't turn it around 180 degrees so it's facing the opposite side of the ship. I'm attempting to spear Sheila so I can pull her across.
You know what? Yeah, I'll allow it. Yeah. You move here. You can't take the shot yet, but you just sprinting, catch the end in a very movie moment, like spin the ballista around and are just drawing a bead on Sheila.
Yeah, and I will actually go to this ballista. I didn't see this one down here.
Okay. And
The Sai's gonna get in the crossfire.
oh, sorry, I think we just lost music. Let me make sure I get that back up. Okay, there we go. And which brings us to Sai.
So Could Sai tell from Polly's stab that this was not an effective way to hit the creature?
Give me an insight check.
Okay. That would be 19.
Yeah, we'll say like just the lack of blood, Polly's like response to what happened, and then moving away. Yeah, that's size. We'll say size aware.
And I'm guessing the beast is like right up next to the ship now, like within 5 feet.
Yeah, Sheila hauled it in
Okay.
before catapulting herself off into space.
So Sai's gonna run up next to it and take a couple swings at it.
All right, go for it.
There we go. 20.
20 hits.
Okay, that's 1d6. So that's 6 points of damage, and stunning strike.
Okay, that is a Constitution saving throw, correct?
Yeah, con 15.
15.
Oh,
It does succeed.
Okay. So that's one of those. 1 second.
Rachel just.
Take my second swing,
Okay,
and that's probably gonna miss with a 10.
10 misses, correct.
Okay. And then I'm gonna take another key point to do patient defense.
All right, cool. And then anything else for you?
Nope, that'll do it.
All right, which brings us to Averin. This thing is
Real
right
quick.
up with you.
okay. I was gonna say, real quick question. It does appear that I have 5 feet between me and the eye, but there is not any space between me and the lure. Would that still consider me at disadvantage for a range attack?
Actually, no, not with the lure. Also, Mike, can you roll one more attack for me? The creature is still invisible, so that should have been the first one. Should have been a disadvantage.
Oh yeah. It was a 14 plus 6, so still same roll.
Okay, yeah, still would have hit. Yeah, the lure is not considered a threatening creature, but you are within melee range of the thing.
Okay.
It can still hit you. It has a reach of 10 feet.
Fair enough.
And it's invisible, so
And it's invisible. Okay. So I've got a general idea that it's in front of me. I am gonna do shit. Because I cannot see it, so I cannot do that. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do Tasha's Caustic Brew. So basically, same thing's gonna happen. I'm gonna reach out my arm. It's gonna fold back, hit the wrist. Tube comes out, and it is going to spray some nasty smelling acid in the general direction of where I believe this thing to be.
okay.
30 feet line, 5 feet wide in a direction of my choosing. So,
Okay, so it's just a dexterity saving throw,
yep,
which that is a 2 minus 1
perfect.
for a dirty 1.
So it definitely hits. So what is that? 2d4, and it has to either use its action to, I believe, scrape it off or continue to take damage.
Okay.
Which that is 5. I don't believe there's any pluses to that. 5 points of acid damage.
Okay.
And then as a, what do I have for bonus action? Nothing. Yeah, so he's going to chill there.
All right, which brings us to the Astral Angler. We're going to see if it gets to recharge on its Psychic Draw. Which it does. I need everyone within 30 feet to make a Wisdom saving throw,
Oh, hey,
which is not Polly. It is not the captain. It is Sheila. It is this poor little bastard here. It is Averin Sai.
23.
I think that's a benefit for Sheila currently.
True.
23 for Sai.
Yeah, 23.
Everin?
What is this? I passed natural 17 plus
Okay.
1. So
And Sheila.
Uh, I'm confused. I feel like I rolled a natural 1, but then it's saying 6, so I don't know. Yeah, so Six.
Either way, I think it's adding your saving throw
Okay.
automatic because you can't critically fail anything other than attacks, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.
6. So you use reaction to move your full movement speed towards the lure, which just your 5 feet here, or half your movement speed. Well, minimum 5 feet. So we move you up a little bit. And then Sheila takes 20 points of psychic damage, and that is 10 to Averin and Sai.
okay.
And
It's probably the lowest I've gotten in hit points.
Pirate Dude does not do well, and he takes the full damage. And this is a small little pirate, and he actually falls over unconscious, which allows our astral angler as a reaction. He's within range. The elven woman falls to the ground, and that long tentacle from his head comes around, picks up the crewmate, like wraps around, grabbing onto his back, and then pulls him up. His eyes snap open, and he looks around until his eyes fix on Polly, and he goes, "Polly, help me!" Which ends the astral angler's turn. He's still invisible. He did not technically attack that entire time. That was all originating from the lure. Who? Oh, other pirates are going to do some stuff. This one walks up and is going to reload the ballista for who. This one is going to run towards the unmanned. We'll say he gets there, but doesn't able to do anything. He uses action to dash.
My apologies. It's going to take 2 more D4 damage because it's at the start of each of its turns.
Okay, yes, it takes the 2d4 damage. So go ahead and roll that.
3.
And all right, what are we doing?
If this buddy loaded it for me, I'm aiming and firing.
All right, go for it.
Okay. And I am at disadvantage on this, right?
Yes, because he's invisible.
And it's add the strength and my initiative, so I add 9.
Strength and
to
proficiency.
12. Yeah, sorry, strength and proficiency.
12 misses.
12 plus.
Okay.
I thought it was 9. It's 8.
Yes, which
8.
that you'll hit.
20. Okay. Cool. And then that was 5d10 of damage.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. 4 and 6 for 10. 2 and 9 for 21, and 4, so 25.
5 points of damage. Another ballista bolt striking this thing in the side. It is going to use it's one of its legendary actions, I should be remembering to use, to make a tentacle attack at Averin, because he can't against Sai. This is going to drop his invisibility. It's a 32 to hit.
Jesus fuck.
Okay, shield. No.
4 with psychic damage. That is 3 points of psychic damage and 12 points of bludgeoning damage as one of the tentacles whips out and strikes at you. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw for me.
Is that me?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to burn a piece on my armor to use my intellect. Use my intellect instead of strength.
Okay.
Ooh, I probably didn't need it, but that's a lot. That's 25.
You succeed. The tentacle wraps around you, but you kind of shrug. It loosens, and you're able to push away and not be grappled. Anything else for your turn? Is the end of its okay. The end of its legendary action. Sheila.
Okay, I'm floating closer to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I use my movement and get within 5 feet of it?
Yep, that's exactly what you can do.
Okay. And then I'm gonna use my great sword of sharpness to
All
attack
right.
it. For a 12. That was my attack roll. I missed.
12 total.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else you're doing?
Just cursing.
Okay, at the end of your turn, you fall 15 feet behind. As the ship's continuing to move, and Polly, it is your turn.
Did Sheila rage by chance? Has she raged?
I am not a barbarian, but
Oh, I just assumed, I guess. So drawing a bead on Sheila, I will clock her, and then at the very last second, pull like 5 feet to the right and pull the trigger. So I don't necessarily spear her, but the rope
Okay.
I was
travels.
kind of hoping that you would just spear me.
I just lost a crewmate, man. I don't want to lose two.
Oh, I have enough hit points. I
Okay.
can handle it.
Dexterity saving throw from Sheila as the rope
Dexterity
flies
saving
past
throw.
you.
Okay. Oh, it's 5.
No.
You do not catch it now. You will have a chance to catch it, potentially. Polly, anything else you do with your turn? That's your action.
Sheila. She's useless.
No.
She's not useless. She just has been in a bad spot.
Not her.
She
Not
doesn't
her
do well
element.
in floating in space that requires you to use your intelligence to move more than 5 feet.
I have 40 hit points left, so
Okay. It is desperate. It is going to use another at the end of Polly's turn. It's going to use another legendary action. It is going to try to make an attack against Sai. It's going to use its wisdom make its wisdom saving throw, which is an 11.
It doesn't need to. I already attacked it. So it
Yeah,
doesn't
Oh, you
need
already
to roll,
attacked
yeah.
it. Okay. Okay, so no wisdom saving throw. That is a natural 20 to hit.
Stick, I'm dead.
Okay. One sec.
Well, not necessarily, but
This thing hits relatively hard. I get you.
if it hits as hard as it hit who, I will be knocked out.
11. 35 points of bludgeoning damage.
GG.
Ooh.
And
I'm already knocked. If it's
13
psychic.
points of psychic,
Yeah, I'm unconscious.
which means you are also grappled. The tentacle wraps around you, hooks you up. That is its secondary legendary action.
So how many tentacles does it have to do that? Because it still, as far as I know, currently has the other guy as well.
That is its head tentacle. This is one of its like fin tentacles, like a cephalopod. Its alpha tentacle it has the one dude. This is not a lure tentacle. This is a feeder tentacle.
Oh, much better. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sai, I'm gonna need you to make a death.
for it,
Oh
bud.
yeah. Oh shit! I forgot. I have a table for this. The monsters roll on it as well. So let me double check that that's what happened on the damage.
Punctured lung. He has a hard time running.
Nope, normal crit. No, it was a 47 on the table. Okay. And then yeah. Sai is conscious with 1 hit point.
What?
I rolled a natural 20 on his death saving throw.
Stick.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
So you
It's a
are
beastie little
grab
bunny.
you snap 2. That is your turn, but you are conscious with a single hit point.
Okay, I was gonna ask if that happens at the end of my turn or at the beginning of my turn. So cool.
Fuck, it's a natural 20. It happens at the beginning of your turn. What do you want to do?
I mean, if whatever the rule is, I don't care.
I don't care.
take
was
it.
All right. Well,
Run.
then, if that's the
That's
case,
the
I'm
rule,
gonna use my wholeness of body that I can use once per long rest to regain 21 hit points.
There you go. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Hell
shit.
yeah.
I was
All
like,
right.
do you have a healer?
Anything else for Sai?
And then I guess As my bonus action, I'll use Step of the Wind. Well, no, I'm grappled, so I can't use Step of the Wind. So
You can, though, use your new boots
Oh.
to teleport back.
okay, then I will teleport back 15 feet.
Yep, just back to
Oh,
where
yeah.
you were at when it picked you up, like grabbed you and picked you up. You'd click your boots together, and your Crocs actuate. You hear a whir, and you appear just landing back on the deck of the ship where you
Talk
just
about
were.
perfect timing.
Clutch.
Averin,
You get a
what do you
little
do?
token in his Crocs every time he survives an interaction.
Yeah.
Little fishy.
Averin, it's your turn.
This is a hard decision to make. What do I do? I mean, I guess it's not that hard. All right, I'm going to he's initially going to stand there getting ready to attack. There's going to be sparks flying out everywhere from his body. He's not looking too great, and he's going to stop and just kind of stand there and do a real quick self-repair. Not that anyone knows what the hell's going on. And I'm going to, at second level, cure wounds myself. If I could find another D8, I guess I don't need to. Garbage. Better. So 12 points. Healing, is that right? Did I do that right? Yes. And then he's got nothing for a bonus action, so he is going to stand and wait.
Okay. Bringing us to the Angler's turn. It regains
Which
its legendary actions.
Takes
Takes
2d4
its
damage.
acid damage.
Ooh, that's a good one. 7.
Some damage. All right, it is hurt. It's gonna make one more play for food.
Oh shit. What was the damage that I took? Was it 15?
On the psychic,
yeah.
it was 10.
Oh yeah, 10
Unless
psychic.
it was what you got whipped, but
Okay, I passed that one. And then I got whipped, which was 15.
Which is still just
I
a DC
passed
10.
that one. I passed that one
Yeah.
as well.
Okay. So, Astral Angler, 10. Sai and Averin are the only two that's closest, and it's gonna make a perception.
I mean, it
if
makes
can tell
sense
that
to fuck
Averin's-
me up, right?
Yeah, it's gonna.
Well, I'm not
we're gonna see
too
if it
bad
can tell
anymore.
that. What was that?
I'm not too bad anymore, but that
Well,
being
that's
said,
my thing. Is I'm rolling to see if it has noticed that one of you is made of tasty, tasty meat, and the other one is not. Did notice it is going to make a tentacle attack against Sai.
Can he make it 3 in a row?
16 to hit.
Miss.
Misses. The tentacle strikes out against you, and it and its little puppet thing decide is not worth it and go 5, 10. You do both get attacks of opportunity if you'd like. 15, 20.
what? What do I have?
As it just pulls off. It used its action for something else, so it is not able to go invisible at the moment.
11.
11 misses.
Natural 19 plus 2. So
That hits.
out springs from Averin's hand a small metal pole, and he just dink, taps it
Pokes him in the eye. Bink.
for 2 minus 1. 1 damage.
1 point of damage. All right. Now, Captain Crawford's going to take 2 shots against it. First one misses, second one hits. He deals 15 points of piercing damage. It's just the first flintlock pistol he tosses to the deck, pulls out a second one, fires, it misses. He throws it to the deck, reaches behind him, pulls out a third pistol, fires it, it catches it, blowing off one of the tentacles, and he throws it onto the deck. That is his turn. Who?
Do the other pirates go?
Oh, yes. Other pirates are the one next to you loads the ballista.
Sweet. I'll do the
this
same thing,
one-
aim and fire.
Who got to this one last time, turns it and uses action to aim. Yep, go ahead.
Okay, and it is no longer at disadvantage because it is not invisible, right?
Correct.
Cool. That is 17 plus 8 to
17
hit.
plus 8, that's going to hit.
And that's 5d10. I'm getting faster at this, guys. 7 and
Improvement.
6
13.
is 13 plus 10 and 2, 25, and plus 9.
34.
Okay. 34 points of damage. All right. Cannot use its action to run. Let's see. Anybody within 30 feet? It's going to see if it can use its legendary action for a psychic draw.
Oh, no.
So Sheila's the only one within range. I need
Okay.
a wisdom saving throw.
She's not going far.
9.
9.
5 feet closer.
Take 23 points of psychic damage and move 5 feet closer to the lure. Bring us to Polly's turn.
Oh, I don't get a
all
turn?
you.
Well, it hasn't gotten to you. Oh,
Oh,
no,
I
it is
thought-
your turn. Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. It is your turn now.
Do I get to try to catch the rope?
Yes, you don't have to make a check if you just want to use your action to grab the rope. If you'd like to use your bonus action or movement to grab the rope, you'll have to make a check.
I feel like I should. The smart thing is just to grab the rope.
Okay, so it's a dexterity saving throw.
Wait, you said I didn't have to.
No, well, you said it was the smart thing. I assumed that Sheila was going to go the opposite direction.
I don't know. What the fuck? Let's try it.
Yeah, no. You can't just
no.
grab the rope.
Yeah, okay. I'll just grab the rope and use my action to climb back. Like,
Oh, use
claw
your
back
movement.
to it.
Yeah, we'll say because you're holding onto something, we're going to go, you have half of your normal movement. You're just climbing. So 5, 10, 15.
15.
You make it to the edge of the boat, to the edge of the ship and grab on. Which at that point, the ship then continues to move. You would have moved 15 feet farther back had you not grabbed onto the rope. Anything you're using your bonus action for?
can I roll my ass onto the ship, or is that movement?
Sure. No, we'll let you. Bonus action for an additional 5 feet. Mark that down. If you're not a rogue and you can't use your bonus action to dash, you can now use your bonus action to just push yourself an additional 5 feet.
Oh, okay.
Anything else for Sheila?
I have nothing. Literally.
And now we're to Polly.
Polly, who was preparing to vault himself over the side of the ship and slide down the rope he shot, will mob 30 feet across the side of the ship and pick Sheila up off of her butt, since that's where he was
Okay.
going anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you help him up. Sai, you doing
And that's
anything?
How far away is the thing?
It has made it. It is about 35 feet from you at the closest point.
Nope. Just gonna fall back a little bit. Go down to a knee.
All right, Averin.
So that first shot, was that a harpoon? Was that an anchored shot?
The first
The
one, I
rope
think.
is still it hasn't made it to the point that the rope has gone off of the ship. It has a loose rope just on the ground in front of you that is attached to it. Sheila had used it to pull it in closer. If you want to tie the angler to the ship, you can.
You have 2 personalities.
Yeah, but survival is kind of a big thing regardless. I don't think tying a thing to the ship is a very smart thing to do, and Averin's smart. I wish I was playing a chaotic character. Anyway,
It is pretty fun.
he is going to fuck it. He's going to again his arm or his hand is going to fold back. He's going to take 2 lightning shots at it. First one being 15.
That misses.
Does miss. Okay.
15 misses.
Second being much higher, 18.
Hits.
I guess not much higher, but higher. And then where is it? Sorry. +4.
David. How's this go down?
Okay.
It only has it has 1 hit point left.
Nice.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, he's going to shoot. So basically, his arm is going, or his hand is going to fold back, exposing the tube. And honestly, it's not going to be anything spectacular. It's just going to basically hit it in its backside, and then you'll see just off in the distance a shining blue light just continually going.
Up the butt.
Ocean. Just punching a
Right
hole
up
through
Main
the
Street.
creature, that purple-green ichor spraying kind of
Love it.
off the cone behind it as it begins to just float lifeless. Captain Crawford looks specifically at I think it was Averin he had the conversation with. Yes. Doesn't really matter how bad avarice might be. It beats this shit. And he starts gathering up the pistols that he had tossed on the ground. He goes, Polly, make sure the crew's accounted for.
Down 1, Captain.
I know. He turns and pushes his door open. He goes, we should make it to Bastion by nightfall. Slams the door behind him.
I will go about and make sure everybody is as patched as they can be and help where needed.
It's not a whole lot of damage is done to the ship, so a lot of it's just patching injuries, making sure people are okay. Is there anything you guys want to do through this day of travel?
I guess if there's another moment where Averin's off by himself, Sai will go up to him. Abby, I haven't been telling anybody this, but I just about died, so I think I need to tell you guys it's important.
Oh,
I've been having a dream.
huh.
We lost you.
Can you hear me?
I didn't.
So
Oh, there you go.
there you go. You're back.
Okay. I've been having a dream lately. It started just before I met you guys. You were all in it before I met you.
And so you saw us before actually seeing us.
Yeah, I didn't know who these people were. The faces kind of changed every now and then in the dream, but the moment I saw you guys at Sparrows, I knew it was you. You, Doman, Angel, Yosta, all of you.
So you're not voiceless. You have a clairvoyance ability.
No, these are just dreams, right? Like, it's just a coincidence.
Well, I guess potentially, but how many mechanical beings have you run into? Aside from myself and the one that we've fought.
It's a good point. I don't think I've ever seen anybody like you. It doesn't end there. The guy that hurt Yosta with all the dead people running around,
Yes.
he was in it too. And so were thousands of dead beings, undead beings, whatever they are. We
Well-
have to get back.
Yes. Well, interesting. It is hard for me to process the information that you've just given me just because of the sheer probability of something like that actually happening. But I do not believe that you would lie to me. Or
I don't
make it up
expect-
for that matter.
I don't expect you to understand. I don't even understand what it is. But if I don't make it out of here, you have to tell the others.
You will make it outside.
I hope so.
Rest of you, anything you were hoping to do during your travel, other than just recovering?
Polly really wants a cup of
Cracker?
oolong tea.
Oh.
So he's in his
Easy enough.
cardigan
There's
with his
probably
oolong
a few crates of luxuries like that within the store, the hold. Who? Anything you're doing?
Who's
Or
just
Sheila.
gonna be really dramatic about her injuries?
If so, then Averin's actually going to come over and cast Cure Wounds.
Sheila's gonna be right there, being like, all right, who? You're good. You're fine.
The life,
Alright.
it almost left me. I saw it float away.
Do you need a hug?
11 points of healing.
Hell yeah, thanks.
Is that 11? That's 12. No, that's 11. It's 11.
Anything else?
That's it.
The end of the day of travel, the loose correlation that you have, just a way of keeping time and kind of maintaining sanity. The distance, one of the other crewmates that has taken over for Who to give her a chance to recover from her injuries. In the crow's nest, he calls out, "Bastion sighted!" Anybody who is interested going out on the deck, the crew, you've seen this a few times. This is one of the trade cities of the remnants, those left in the astral. A number of buildings with kind of large rock-like protrusions below, lashed together, and with other ships, pieces of broken ships, ones like the Little Charity. Metal piping and scaffolding kind of extending up and down into the sides, huts built, people moving about in this ramshackle, strapped together island floating in this endless void. The city of Bastion, where Little Charity calls home, comes into view. As you approach the docks is where we're going to call it for this evening. Where we'll pick up next time. And I hope you all had fun. Thank you so much. Have a great night, and we will see you next time on Easy Dispel. Bye.